Grand Lake is going to be very busy this weekend. We hope so anyway. Bass Pro is hosting a regional amateur qualifying fishing tournament there on Saturday. It is for the everyday anglers. No pros allowed, but we are allowing one here in the studio this afternoon to talk about what's going to be happening. Legendary angler and Oklahoma's own Edwin Evers is here with us this afternoon. We're so happy to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. So you have a lot of history on Grand Lake. As people might know, you won the Bassmaster Classic a few years back. What makes Grand Lake kind of the prime spot for fishing?
It's just an amazing lake. You know, they say it's the absolute best lake in the country without grass in it. Grass a lot of times, you know, it equates bass, but Grand doesn't have any of that, and it's just so fertile. I mean, I was out there this week, the shad are everywhere, and the fish are everywhere. It's just one of the all-time best lakes in the whole country.
All right, good to know. And this is for 250 teams are going to be competing tomorrow. Top 40 will move on to the national championship in Missouri. That's going to be at Table Rock Lake, and that has a big cash prize with it if they win that. Any tips for them on catching the perfect bass to advance to that?
You know, Grand right now is fishing really good, so, you know, just I would be throwing some top waters. I would, you know, really run that in the morning, especially if the wind doesn't get to be blowing too hard, you know, just a walking bait or a buzz bait, and then maybe move out a little bit deeper, you know, fish some brush piles or those boat docks. You know, Grand has tons of boat docks, and it's really neat because this is set up for people to go on and maybe propel them to be a professional. You know, that championship at Table Rock is $1 million to two people. I mean, that would change their life if you could imagine winning $1 million.
I can't. It would be nice though, I can imagine. And while this event is going on tomorrow for the anglers, there's stuff for families to come out and, you know, kind of enjoy their time there if they're not competing. Is that right?
Absolutely. You know, starting at noon all the way to 5 o'clock, there's all kinds of festivities. They've got live bands, they've got archery, you know, shooting, they can cast rod and reels, all kinds of things for the kids to do. All kinds of food and vendors are set up there. It's a really, really neat atmosphere. You know, this whole tournament is based to try to get fathers and sons, fathers and daughters. You know, there's lots of women competing in it, just to get people out fishing to compete and to introduce them to the outdoors that I love so much. And Tess, you know, how much she loves it. So it's a super neat event. And another really neat thing about it is all the entry fees from this event, all 250 entry fees and all the other qualifying events, all goes directly to conservation to help habitat improvement, which is really, really a neat testimony to what Johnny Morse is about. You know, he's not pocketing all the entry fees, you know, he's putting it all right back into conservation to make more fishing available for everybody across the country.
Yeah, that's great. And then something I did want to mention too, you're going to be out there meeting some fans.
Yeah, I will be there all day tomorrow along with Roland Martin, the legendary angler from Florida, Jimmy Houston, another Oklahoma native here, two of the greatest guys ever. You know, I love those guys a bunch, but we will be there all day tomorrow, you know, interacting with the fans, and you know, hopefully some people come out tomorrow, you know, show me some fishing pictures that they've caught themselves. So.
Yeah. And what time is the weigh-in going to be at?
I believe that festivity starts about 3:30.
Okay.
Yep.
But again, 11 to 5 tomorrow.
Yes,
and a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're not going to be fishing. It's fun to watch and do all that stuff you mentioned too. All right, Edwin, thank you so much. Again, we really appreciate your time, and hopefully it's great weather for that event tomorrow.
It looks awesome.
It does. Thank you.